How's it going, everyone? I wanted to share some good news with everybody because things have come a long way since I ended up posting the channel update about how I may not be able to continue full-time content creation. But I gotta say, you guys really want to see me succeed because we are finally a Twitch partner, and it is absolutely insane to see the love that I have been receiving on my streams, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Like, everywhere I have been getting so much support. It's absolutely insane. And now Twitch has even taken notice and is inviting me into the creator program. And I think that what's really important about this announcement is that I can finally start making, hopefully, full-time money doing full-time content creation. So I just want to thank each and every single one of you guys for liking the video, for subscribing to the channel, for commenting in the comments, for being part of the Twitch streams. This is like, it's step one in some instances to where, like, we're finally going to start doing things that partners can do on Twitch, which a lot of you guys are probably wondering, what exactly are the perks of being a Twitch partner? And since they took away the 70-30 split, which, of course, I still think should be the split for partners, but something else to keep in mind is that partners technically get access to more types of ads and more control over how they run the ads on their channel, as well as bigger portions of the revenue from ads, subscription, and bits. These last two bits probably really don't matter all too much because they kind of rolled back on these changes not too long ago. But regardless, I will be making so much more money off of ads to where as long as people are just watching the stream, then I will be making money. And that is an absolute huge deal because that means the more that I stream, the more money that I get. So the more time that I can invest into this, the bigger payoff that it's going to be. And I also just want to kind of put things in perspective to where it's like a couple of months ago, like, I was not sitting at these numbers. I'm sitting at almost 11K followers on Twitch right now and sitting at 235 subs because I have 2 tier 3 subs that count for 5. So essentially it's 225, but those extra points really do count. So I'm just going to say 235 just for the sake of consistency. But to kind of put things in perspective, July was one of my worst stream months in quite some time, where I didn't really get that much revenue, I really didn't get that many subscribers, and I was getting exposure with views and with follows, but when I applied for the Twitch partner back in these days, it wasn't even close. Like, I am above the 70 view requirement, but something that you guys got to keep in mind about Twitch is that it's not about viewership, it's about subscriptions as well. Like, high viewership is great, but if no one is subscribing to your channel, then Twitch is not going to take notice because you're technically not really making them any money. You're just kind of being there, and you are getting ad space, but as a partner, you're not getting part of that revenue like you are when you are a partner. Again, the perks of being a partner are super, super crucial. But to put things in perspective, around August 21st, I believe, is when I said that I needed to be doing this a little bit more full-time. And to put these numbers in perspective, the new expansion launched on the 1st, and my viewership was, like, really good during the beginning of Titans. In fact, this was, like, the best week, almost 2 weeks of streaming Hearthstone that I've ever had. But then it kind of, started to die down a little bit, unfortunately, because, people figured out the meta decks. This was about around this time where, like, I really wasn't getting high viewership without getting raided. So that was a little bit demotivating, where it's like I had the best weeks ever and then it immediately started dying out. And that's where the worry came in, where it's like, what if I can't continue to do full-time content creation? Because it's the thing that I've been doing for so long and I wish to continue doing it. And the biggest worry was, if I get a part-time job, I am not going to be able to have the time in order to commit into this full-time like I have been for so long. But regardless, what about this last month? This last month has been absolutely insane. Average viewership went down a little bit, but if you want my honest opinion, that's just because the raids weren't so massive, but my actual viewership of just streaming was going up. Like, I was hitting 80, almost 100 views without any raids, and that was so unprecedented before this time. So it's just insane to see the support that you guys have been throwing my way this past month and a half. And I think I can say somewhat confidently that I will be able to continue full-time content creation. That's right. The campaign has worked. We're still gonna have that sub goal on the stream just to entice people in order to subscribe and support the channel, because we do have those sub goals that will be we still have sub goals for like 300 and for 400 that I still want us to hit and to interact with the community with. But one other thing that I do have to say, just as a little caveat, like a little disclaimer, is that throughout the month of October, I need to be focusing on my move out of this house, because I'm currently living with my aunt and my uncle, who have been very kind in letting me stay here for the past 5, almost 6 months now. But, all good things must come to an end, and obviously I can't stay here my entire life. So I'm going to be moving out in the month of October, and I got to focus on making sure all that stuff is solidified, because I need to be out of this house essentially before Halloween. I'm trying to use Halloween as, like, I'm gonna throw a shindig at my new place, maybe invite some friends over, have a couple of drinks or something. But yeah, I definitely need to be out of this house by October. So the streams may die down a little bit just during that month, but as soon as I moved into a new place, I think especially with this new this news of me hitting Twitch partner, I can finally like do this full time and start earning full time money, because the concern was always, if I get a part time job, I'm not going to be able to commit all the time that I want into this, and this is my dream job. Like, I'm also a musician, which is my other dream job, but it's like, this is what I can do by myself all year long, and it's really hard to do music year long because you can't do outdoor gigs when it's really cold outside unless we're like traveling to like other places. And I will say the Indigos actually do have a lot of really sweet stuff planned. Like, we will be releasing a new song hopefully before the end of November. I think it's like the second or third week that is scheduled to go live. Like, I will be definitely sharing that with you guys the moment that it is ready. So for all of you Indigos fans out there, there's new stuff coming, and I'm going to be really excited to share it with everybody. But regardless, one other thing that I do want to go over is actually how you can still support me while all of this is happening, because you never can have too much support when it comes to being a content creation, because I'll tell you right now, this $600 a month is not enough to sustain. Luckily, YouTube is also doing very well right now to where I am able to make a little bit more money, and the Indigo gigs have been kind of fleshing out the rest of my finances in order to, you know, keep myself afloat. And last month was like the most successful month that I have, and I just now, like a couple of days ago, got those payments for the previous month. So it is kind of hard in order to ride off of the amount of money that I have until I finally get those payments, sort of thing. But if you do want to support the channel, we still have a Patreon, and I've been doing a really shit job at doing this, but we do have 2 patrons that I need to be shouting out every single video, and I will be making a sticky note. I'll have this on the side of my computer, so that way I don't forget this from here on out. I'm just a very forgetful person if it's not, like, in my realm of thought. But regardless, we have two patrons as of right now, Will and Muck Life Marshall. So guys, seriously, thank you for doing that. But one other thing that I want to point out about the Patreon, in case you guys aren't aware, is that I am offering coaching. If you want to get coached by HELLSCREAM, this is the tier that you need to be checking out, to where you get a 1-hour coaching session. It's more like an hour and a half, depending on what deck that we're playing and how many games you want to get in. But regardless, we have plenty of tiers to where you can support the channel. You can have your name at the end of videos or shout it out like I just did earlier. And it's just like, we have deck optimization if you really want me to like choose one of your decks and like really give some thought to it, because like if you give it to me on stream, I'm just gonna think about the first things that come to mind, and maybe that will be the best option. But if you do this one, I'm definitely gonna think more about like what you want the deck to be, sort of thing. We have the coaching session, obviously, and then we have this one, which is only for people that want me to do something specific with my content. Like, I could react to a certain video, I could do a deck guide of a certain deck that you really want to see. It's whatever video that you want me to do. Obviously, there will be some rules that you have to follow, nothing not safe for work, yada yada yada. But regardless, I just wanted to give people an update on this, because I need to be doing better at advertising this in order for people to actually know that it exists first and foremost. But also, if you guys haven't noticed, I got merch. My merch came in, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, because we have a sweater with the lion painting that I did, that is still sitting right here as my most proud magnum opus of everything that I've done artistically. So I absolutely had to throw this on a shirt. And I gotta tell you right now, I love this shirt. Like, I really do love it. And then, as a shout out to the Goomba, who usually hangs out in the Twitch streams, we also have this shirt that is available. If I can put it up right in the direction that it's supposed to. Here we go. For the Horde. Now, some of you guys may be wondering why we have it said this way instead of actually spelling it the way that it's supposed to. So, a little fun fact. I am not allowed to use Blizzard IP for my own merch, because that's technically, you know, their property, and I don't have licensing in order to use, like, the Horde logo. And the For the Horde is actually another thing that they have, not necessarily copywritten, but it is their, you know, their intellectual property, something along those lines. So instead, we decided to do For the Horde as in gold, because I'm a very greedy gamer. There's a dragon on it that's spewing fire because I love dragons. And if you look really close, there's like a little drum right here with some drumsticks, a sword, and just there's a lot of things that represent what the Horde is about, as well as myself. So if you guys want to get your hands on this merch, there is a link right over here to Clark Hellscream, shop fourthwall.com. All these links will be down below, so you guys don't have to worry about the typing this out and whatnot. But we do have these available for sale in case you want to not only support the channel, but you can get a badass shirt in the process. So those are the ways that you can support me. But again, I have felt all the love this month where I had to give this video saying that most likely the stream is going to keep continuing on. The only way that it's not going to happen is if, well, I honestly can't even think of anything right now right off the top of my head, but there's always that what if situation. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am very hopeful for the future for the first time in a while. I had one of the best nights of my life streaming yesterday when we found out that we were partner. And I might even upload some clips later of what happened when I did actually, found out that I was accepted into the partner program. But in order to really sell things as is here, if you go to my channel as of right now, we have that check mark. Where is it? Where's my check mark? There it is. There it is. We got that check mark. So we are officially verified. We are officially a partner for Twitch. And I just want to thank each and every single one of you guys for helping this dream of mine that I've had for so long, almost 4 or 5 years now, actually become a reality. So as always, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and doing all the engagements. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.